Juventus and Barcelona make Aubameyang approach. That means they really want to sign this player. There are four clubs that want to sign a player who goes by the names of Aubameyang in there for you, and very many others in there that really feel like he is the right person to come in and play for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal in there. Welcome to the Rokani Football Podcast. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? This is a channel that brings you the latest information and news as it really comes across you anywhere it finds you. I've done a mistake in there. I really want to clear it out on the title in there, but all in all I really feel like you guys are really getting me live and clear from anywhere you're really watching us from. This is the Rokani Media Football Podcast, and we come in here to bring you the latest information as far as it comes out in here onto our channel. But what you should know is that Frank Lampard is going to be announced as the new manager of a team which goes by names of Everton. Remember, Everton sacked their manager who goes by the names of Benitez, and after sacking Benitez, they brought in is it Duncan Ferguson, their former player in there, to come in and really manage this team which goes by the names of Everton. And after that, he failed to deliver because they feel like they can really gauge a better season than what they are going to have with Duncan Ferguson, and they went straight into the interviews in there. And what shocked me was one of their very own, who goes by names of Wayne Rooney, turned them down. Wayne Rooney turned them down because Wayne Rooney was on the short list of the managers that they were really looking at to replace Rafael Benitez. And Wayne Rooney said today into the press conference he did before Derby played their next championship game in there. Remember, they are also tussling out with certain problems in there. So a manager who goes by the names of Wayne Rooney came out and said, I'm very much okay at Derby County. I cannot leave Derby at this point of time, because this is very sure, by the way, that if I told Wayne Rooney was onto the contenders, he was going to be given the job because he's a former Everton player. He's one of the record holders at Everton. At the age of 16, 15, he scored in very many goals in there before he crossed from Everton to a team which goes by Manchester United to go in and win lots of trophies in there. So Wayne Rooney turned them down, and Lampard, just now, a man who goes by names of Fabrizio Romano, has really come out and tweeted about Lampard becoming the next manager of a team which goes by the names of Everton. Recently, like 40 minutes back, I was watching Sky Sports News. They came out and also confirmed that Frank Lampard is set to be appointed as the new manager. Full agreement reached now. It's done and sealed. Club decision made tonight after a conversation with Frankie, Victor Pereira and Duncan Ferguson. Confirmed by Sam Wallace. Who is Sam Wallace? Sam Wallace is the chief football writer for the Daily and Sunday Telegraph in their newspapers, and El Bobo, also another journalist in their big, also reported tonight that Frank Lampard is going to be the new manager of a team which goes by the names of Everton. Then later, like 23 minutes back, Fabrizio Romano has really come out and tweeted and said Frank Lampard will sign as a new Everton manager in the coming hours. Confirmed. Decision has been communicated also to Victor Pereira and Duncan Ferguson tonight. Everton are preparing contracts and final clauses to complete the appointment. Frankie is back. That is Frank Lampard in there for you. To me, I really felt bad after his sacking at Chelsea, and I really felt like he made a very big mistake moving from Derby to a team which goes by names of Chelsea. I really felt like there are offers that are not deniable in there, but I really felt like it was a very big task for a team like Chelsea, having sacked a manager who had really done great in there. Then they bring you and they give you a very big budget. The first season he performed very well. He was given a very big budget at a team which goes by names of Chelsea. He brought in Timo Werner, he brought in Thiago Silva, he brought in Mendy, he brought in Kai Havertz. Who else was brought in? I think he brought in like 5-6 players. Hakim Ziyech was also among the players that Frank Lampard brought in at a team which goes by names of Chelsea. So after bringing in all of those players, guess what happens? He performs poorly, and come January he was sacked. And this is something I hate, seeing ex-players of a team that you support coming on the job, doing very bad and they get sacked. So I really feel like a sack is painful, because you remember the memories of a player like Lampard. I think, who has scored more goals at Chelsea more than Lampard? Who really lifted Chelsea up more than Lampard? Well, as a player, he really did the best, but when it came to really managing the team, he failed, and players like Rudiger led to his being kicked out of the club. He was kicked out, and he has been jobless for a very long time. We thought that at the beginning in the summer, he was really going to take the job of Crystal Palace, because was it Hodgson had really retired into that job, and we thought that he was really going to go on and take it, and he didn't take it, and Patrick Vieira came in. When Aston Villa sacked their manager, is it Dean Smith? We thought that Frank Lampard was one of the front contenders, and he didn't. He felt like he needs to rest and really get the right job. When Norwich sacked their manager, we really thought that Frank Lampard was going to come in and take the job. He didn't. You get? And Dean Smith took it. When Watford sacked their manager before Ranieri came in, we thought that Lampard was going to come up and take that job because it was available. He said no to the job, because almost all those teams were really into risk areas. They are really into the relegation zone, and there is no way you could risk your job in there. Now, the right opportunity comes in when Everton, when you look at the Premier League table, it's not doing bad. It has approached him. He really came up and did the needful, and he put up what we call the application. An interview was really done, and the board of Everton said that Frank Lampard has impressed us a lot. When you look at the Premier League table, Everton is placed 16th. It has played 20 games. It's having 19 points. Trust me, it's not going to be relegated. They are left with 18 games, and when Frank Lampard comes in, he's really going to do the needful and make them win these games in there, because I really feel like Lampard is a very good coach, and I really like his style of play. It's expansive. It really allows players to come out and express themselves onto the pitch, because it's all about the technical ability. I saw him that first season of Chelsea, because Chelsea was having a ban and was not allowed to bring in any player, and the way he really fumbled out the Chelsea to get out a team to complete to the top position of the Premier League really was I really thought and looked at Lampard as one of the managers that are really going to stay here for a very long time. And certainly I really thought that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was going to be knifed from the team first than all before Lampard would leave a team which goes by names of Chelsea. But the difference was one. Manchester United doesn't mind about winning trophies. Even if they finish in top 4, that's okay. And Chelsea's mindset is all about finishing in top 4 positions. It's all about it's not all about winning. It's not all about finishing top 4 positions. Chelsea really want to come in and win. That's the difference between Manchester United and a team which goes by names of Chelsea. So you know why Frank Lampard was sacked from a team which goes by names of Chelsea, because if Lampard was in the 8th position, United wouldn't have sacked him. Would have told him that, please make sure you get us to the Champions League. That's what we want. If you take us to the Champions League, we are not sacking you. That's what United does. But Chelsea is a title winning team. Even if they get to the Champions League and they're performing badly, you won't really survive. You look at Tuchel right now. However much is at the finale of the Carabao Cup, he won the Champions League, but pressure is piling up on his side. And news is breaking out, showing us that Thomas Tuchel has really lost the dressing room of Chelsea, and that really shows itself onto the pitch. He has lost the dressing room, and trust me, if he doesn't win the Champions League, because the Premier League is already gone, he's lying close to 13 points or 15 points behind a team which goes by the name of Chelsea. Sorry, a team which goes by the Manchester City. If he does not win the Champions League or reach the semi-finals, he's going to be sacked. They are going to sack him. That is Chelsea for you. That's why Frank Lampard, if I told he was a Manchester United manager, he would have been on the job. But him being a manager of a team that is trophy-oriented. Because at Chelsea, the reason as to why I really support Chelsea for sacking its managers is one. They back you. They get you the players you want. You come in, they give you the check you want, and they sack you later. Because you tell them that I need so and so to really do ABCD. Lampard goes to the manager, to the football director, I want Mendy, they give him Mendy, they give him Ziyech, they give him Thiago Silva, they give him Timo Werner, they give him Kai Havertz. 5 players. And reaching January, Chelsea was in the 8th position. And they tell him, you aren't really surviving this. We are chasing you and we are sacking you from Chelsea. So Frank Lampard, I really felt like he really made a bad choice to go to Chelsea, because there is no way you can go from Derby, a championship team, straight to the Premier League and competing to those teams that really competed for the title in there. I really felt like would have been at Derby, because Derby had done very well, but he really failed to bring them to the Premier League. He would have stayed at Derby County. He would have done the needful in there. But all in all, he has gotten a second chance in the Premier League. He's back. Everton have really given him a chance to come in and coach. We wait and see how he's really going to react this time around, because things aren't really at the level we expect them to be. But all in all, January transfer window is coming to an end. I really don't know what is really going to transpire in there. Is he going to add in more players? Because if at all he's announced tomorrow, because I know he's going to be announced tomorrow, which is a Saturday. You announce him on Saturday, you are left with Sunday, because Sunday is 30th and Monday is 31st. You are remaining with 2 days. Can he make the signings that can really save Everton in there? Because I really feel like they are lacking depth in certain positions in there. Though their squad looks great and injuries have been disturbing them, but I really feel like he needs like one player to bring into the team to see to it that he really gets the needful out of the teams that are really chasing him out of the Premier League in there. So confirmed, a manager who goes by names of Frank Lampard is going to be announced as the Everton manager, and we will be doing that story that a team which goes by names of Everton has really come out and announced Frank Lampard as their player in here onto the Rokani Media Football. Smash the like button, comment and share. I know most of you really have lots of things to say about this story in there. Just do the needful, go into the comment section and tell us what you think about Manchester, about a team which goes by names of Everton bringing in a manager, the former Chelsea manager and Derby. That is Frank Lampard in there for you to be their manager. And what are your expectations for Frank Lampard? Because I know they're having huge expectations on him, and I do have huge expectations on him, because I look at the way he really managed Chelsea and Derby. His one attribute I really like about him is that he has an eye for the upcoming young talent. Look at the talent he really nurtured at Chelsea, because Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham were with him at Derby. And when he came in at Chelsea, he brought them back, and they've been playing very well. Look at Mason Mount. He's one of those players that has really evolved into a very good player. Reece James, he played very, very well, and he introduced him into the system of Chelsea. And right now, Chelsea fans are really crying for Reece James's injury, because he's out in there for some good games. And you never know, it might have been the reason as to why they're really performing badly. And you wait and see whether they're really going to come back after that. After this winter break in there. Most of the players are in Dubai, and we wait and see what is going to happen in there. So I saw 3 players that he brought in at a team which goes by the name of Chelsea, amidst what he was going through, but he really relied on them and they delivered. He said, I'm not going to play, because these are the decisions that this manager made. Olivier Giroud used to come from the bench. He's a more senior player than Tammy Abraham. He went for Tammy Abraham. You get? Then Mason Mount came into the midfield area, and you know what it means to play in the midfield area of Chelsea, because there is Kovacic, there is Jorginho, there is N'Golo Kante, Kai Havertz also can play into that area. So all of those players, he said, no, I'm going with Mason Mount in there. And since then, Mason Mount has really gone on to be a starter into the English national team, and you know how competitive that team is. So I really feel like Frank Lampard is really going to save Everton a lot, and him coming in as a young manager is something that these people should even clap for, because he comes in as a young manager. He can be a David Moyes. David Moyes, by the time I started to watch the Premier League, David Moyes was the manager of Everton until when Sir Alex Ferguson chose him to become his replacement at Manchester United. That's when I saw him leave Manchester United. But the rest, David Moyes was there. So I really feel like Lampard can really take Everton to the next level, because Everton have the money, they have the supporters, but what they are lacking is they lack the right manager. Remember last season when they brought in Ancelotti, they got in a new beast in them, and they really played very well, because the James Rodriguez's were here, Richarlison's were doing the needful into that club. So I will feel like Lampard is really going to do great at Everton, and I wish him all the best in there. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Now let's go to the big story. Juve and Barcelona keen on Aubameyang, the former captain of Arsenal, who was stripped of the captaincy in December after misbehaving in there. News has coming in from the Athletic, and they've come out and confirmed that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is being looked on by Juventus and Barcelona. These teams want Aubameyang badly. They want Aubameyang badly. They've approached Arsenal, and they've told Arsenal if at all he's up for grabs, we want to take him on loan in there. You get? So when I look at all this, I'm asking myself, look at a team like Barcelona. You want Morata, you've brought in Adama Traore, you have Memphis Depay, you brought in Ferran Torres. You look, so I'm asking myself, what is Barcelona all after? You're bringing in a player, you want to bring in a player who is earning close to 370,000 pounds a week. That is Aubameyang in there for you. So I really feel like there is something wrong with Barcelona. Why do you want Aubameyang? I know Aubameyang is a very good striker, especially for a team like Barcelona, because Barcelona will create all sorts of chances that you know, but they need that person to be prolific in front of goal, to put that ball at the back of the net. That's what Barcelona wants. But I'm asking myself, I think Aubameyang is not the right choice for Barcelona, however much they want him. Can you pay the salaries? Because I really feel like Arsenal won't allow a team that is going to take Aubameyang that won't pay his full salary, all wages a week. They won't allow that. When you look at Juventus, I think this is the best place that Aubameyang would want to go. One, they're into the Champions League. You get? Secondly, when you look at their structure and the players that they're having, they can really make Aubameyang look good. But my worry again comes in here that they've just brought in Vlahovic, because Vlahovic has just been confirmed as a new manager, as a new player for a team which goes by the names of Juventus in there. So I'm asking myself, where is Aubameyang going to play in a team which goes by the names of Juventus? Because a player who has been brought in at close to 80 million euros cannot be benched. He cannot be benched. That's out. That's out. No one can bench Vlahovic. That means Vlahovic has come into as a starter into this team. Now, when you look at, let me show you the lineup of Juventus, because they are playing a system of 4-4-1. You get? They are playing with two, so that means Juventus can really go in and bring in Aubameyang, because they can play Aubameyang as the lead striker, and Vlahovic can play behind a player who goes by names of Aubameyang, because they play a system of 4-4-1-1. So I now understand why Juventus have made an approach to Arsenal, because of the system they play. Morata looks like he's wanted by Xavi, and Xavi has gone ahead to tell him that, please, I want you at my team. I really feel like you are the only missing piece in my jigsaw to do the magic in there, and Morata feels like he wants to leave a team which goes by the names of Juventus. So that's why Juventus are really pushing so hard, so much to get in Aubameyang, because bringing Vlahovic is not enough to compete into the Champions League. Because when you look at the fixtures of Juventus, the next fixtures of Juventus are really hard. They are playing a team in the Champions League, because I will feel like these signings are being made by Juventus for the Champions League. They are playing Villarreal, and Villarreal is not a cake to eat. Trust me, they are not a cake to eat. So when you bring in Vlahovic, you bring on Aubameyang, that means you've strengthened your attack side. Juventus can create chances, because when you look these four midfielders that Juventus play with into their system of 4-4-1, when you look at the four midfielders in there, this is really great in there. So they are playing, sometimes they play a 4-4-2. They're having Cuadrado, they're having Locatelli, Benteke and McKean in there for you. And you look on their bench, they really have lots of options. They have Athamelo, they have Bandenjeski, they have Kulusevich in there, Adrian Rabiot, and very many others. But there is a player that has been thrown under the bus, the Argentine, who goes by the names of Paul Dybala. So Paul Dybala being out of the picking order of the ideas of the manager, they feel like Aubameyang can come in and partner with Dusan Vlahovic in there for you, and it's going to be a very good combination. So to me, I really feel like Aubameyang, if I were Aubameyang, I would tell Arsenal that please take me to Juventus. But however much Juventus and Barcelona have really come out and shown interest in Aubameyang, there is something that they won't fulfill. Will they pay that salary to Aubameyang? Because in the bid that I've read from the Athletic, because this story has come in from the Athletic, they have not indicated anywhere that Barcelona have really come out, or Juventus, and confirmed that they are really going to pay the full salary in there. So there are two teams that have really come out and said we can pay those wages of Aubameyang, and those teams are, one, it's Newcastle. Amid this Newcastle signing Woods from a team which goes by names of Burnley, they've come out and said, oh yeah, for us we want Aubameyang and we are willing to pay all the salaries, but they have no option to buy. And Al Nassr from Saudi Arabia is the only team that has given Arsenal an offer that they want, because they've told them that we are willing to come up and pay all and take Aubameyang on loan, pay all his salaries, all his wages, and then we put in an option to buy after the summer, so in the summer, of £8 million in there for you. So I really feel like Arsenal would take this deal, but Aubameyang and his agent have really come out and said that we aren't going in a team outside Europe, especially in the top 5 leagues. That's where Aubameyang wants. So that means that either Aubameyang ideal destination is Juventus, Barcelona, or Newcastle, because Al Nassr coming in with the biggest offer that would have really excited Arsenal. The player doesn't want it, and there is no way they're really going to throw him that side, because he would say, I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying at Arsenal to play football. That's what Aubameyang will come in and say. So Arsenal really have to do the needful and see to it that they close this deal, because when they are paying Aubameyang close to £400,000 a week, so when you multiply in times a month, that is 1.6 million pounds times 5, that is 8 million pounds. So that means if at all you load him off to a loan, either to Newcastle or to Juventus, any team that really wants to pay his full salary, that means you would have saved close to 8 million pounds in there. So that's a very big saving for Arsenal in there, because they look like they want to bring in more players. That's why you've seen very many exits at Arsenal. Calum Chambers has left, Nketiah is leaving, Kolasinac has left, Pablo Mari has left. So 4 players have left at Arsenal and no one has been brought in at Arsenal. So this is something that is worrying Arsenal. And do you trust Arsenal to come in and make close to 3 signings on the deadline day? Because they need these signings. Arsenal wanted Vlahovic, but Juventus came in, the big lad came in, and Arsenal failed to land the Vlahovic deal, because they made in a bid that that didn't match that of a team which goes by Fiorentina. £50 million. Juventus came in with 65 net. You get, they wanted 63, came in with 65, and they took the player. He has been unveiled today. Guimaraes, one of the midfielders that a team which goes by names of Arsenal has been wanting for close to 2 seasons from Lyon. He's being linked to Newcastle, and rumor has it that he's even undergoing a medic at Newcastle. So, Newcastle has sent its medical team to Brazil to do that medical, such that that player is registered before Monday. You see, Arsenal has lost in another player. The other player is Diaz Luiz, who Arsenal has been chasing for since the summer, and they've lost him to Liverpool, because Liverpool went in and they really signed the player, and they're going to sign him and unveil him soon. So it shows you that there is a problem at Arsenal. Very many exits, close to 4 exits happening at Arsenal, you get, and no one has been brought in. But Arthur Melo from Juventus, you just see it just connects with this deal of Aubameyang. If at all Aubameyang really comes out and says, I'm going to Juventus, so it's very easy to make that swap to give them Arthur Melo, and Arthur Melo will be really a very big inclusion into that Arsenal midfield. Because when you look at Grant Xhaka and a player who goes by the names of Thomas Partey are one of the iron steels that they have into the midfield of Arsenal. But none of those is a prolific CDM. But Arthur Melo coming in is a prolific CDM. And Arthur Melo is very disciplined. When you look at his record on red cards, it's not like that of Grant Xhaka and Thomas Partey. And when you look at Arthur Melo, if at all he's playing alongside Lokonga, because Lokonga is a good box-to-box player, when he comes in and plays that role, he's really going to be improving on Lokonga because Arthur Melo is really good. He'll give your back four a very big shield and he will let Lokonga do his box-to-box role very well into that Arsenal team in there. So I will feel like when you bring in Arthur Melo, that means that you are going to push Odegaard more further up the pitch. Even if you get an injury where Arthur Melo is injured, Grant Xhaka will be available, Thomas Partey will be available, and you won't do what you did into that game of a team which goes by the name of Liverpool that Arsenal lost 2-0 at Emirates, where they pulled a player who goes by the names of Odegaard from his central attacking position to a deep lying midfielder in there where you can't get the best out of Odegaard. So those are certain things that really happened, that are happening at Arsenal in there, that they are on pressure to bring on players. Arsenal are on pressure to bring on players in there. That's why you see them running left, right, and center. Arsenal have two center forwards in the name of Nketiah and Lacazette. And do you trust them? You don't trust them in there. So that means Arsenal cannot bring in Ishak because he's 60 million pounds and they failed to pay that. They failed to raise a bid of 65 million pounds to bring Vlahovic, who is really highly rated than if you're that Real Sociedad striker and Alexandria Ishak. So that means if Arsenal fail to pay to make a bid of 60 million pounds, they cannot make that bid on a player who goes by the names of Ishak. And Ishak, Real Sociedad has come out and said we are not selling our player. So that's what is happening at Arsenal right now. So Aubameyang's leaving at Arsenal, we really leave Arsenal with two center forwards. That's why the former Arsenal legend who goes by names of Roy Pala, I really wanted to digest his story more tomorrow. He has come out and said that Aubameyang should be brought back to the team. That's what he has told Mikel Arteta, that he has to bring Aubameyang back to the team because he doesn't have strikers. And which striker are you going to sign in these remaining 3 days? Because 29th, 30th, 31st, 3 days like this are left to close the winter transfer window, and no player has come in at Arsenal yet. So who is Arsenal going to bring? You get all of the high-profile strikers that Arsenal are looking at, they won't come at Arsenal. That's what Roy Pala has come out and warned about Arsenal. One chance Arsenal are left with is a player who goes by names of Karim Benzema to come in and get back fit from injury. All promise that he's really going to come back early enough. That's when Luka Jovic will come into Arsenal, because Real Madrid were offering him to Arsenal, but they are hesitant. Reason being, they feel like a player who goes by the names of Karim Benzema might really be out for some long time, and Luka Jovic might be an option in there for you. And trust me, there's no way you lose a center forward like Luka Jovic, yet you're going to face a team like PSG into the Champions League. Amidst all, people will say that, oh, they can play with the false nine, they can play with Eden Hazard onto that pitch, Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard, and this other Brazilian, Vinicius Jr. But, my dear, a false nine will never play as a number 9, because a number 9 is a number 9. The runs he makes, I've seen Man City over much they're really playing like that. They are suffering. And you're really going to see a very big improvement in Liverpool and a very big chase for the trophy, because Liverpool is bringing in Luis Diaz. They're adding on another foot onto the pedal, and you're really going to see how Liverpool is going to accelerate, because there are chances that a number 9 will never miss. You get? There are chances that a number 9 will never miss. I saw in that game of Man City, the last game they played in the Premier League, that chance that Sterling missed when he was playing as a false 9. I've seen very many miss such chances at Man City because they are not false 9. So I will feel like bringing in a number 9, Real Madrid, sorry, cannot sell Luka Jovic if at all Karim Benzema is injured. So the only reason why Arsenal fans should keep their hands crossed is one, pray to it that the scan really comes out and indicates that a player who goes by the name of Karim Benzema is really going to be out. He's really going to be back in fully fit. So if he really comes back fully fit, it's really going to be okay, and Arsenal can get in Luka Jovic on loan. It's going to be like an Odegaard old story. Odegaard comes in January, plays very well, and Arsenal will sign that guy, Luka Jovic, because Luka Jovic is really a very good striker. To me, I really remember this Serbian soccer player when he was really playing, I think in the Bundesliga. That's where he was playing. And when you look at his stats way back there, you can know that this lad is really talented, and he's still young. He's just 24 years of age. And when you look at what Arsenal are really building in there, it's really great. When you look at his record in 2017, 2019, he was playing at Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. He was on loan, and he played 54 games and scored 25 goals. Look at that return. That means he was worth a goal in every game. In 2019, he played 32 games for Real Madrid, 3 goals. Back on Frankfurt on loan, he played 18 and scored 4 goals. But that does not take him out of being a possible number 9. And he's young and still having the anger to come in and prove himself onto the world level. Like you saw a player who goes by the names of Odegaard. The same thing was happening to him. Came in at Arsenal, went back at Real Madrid to fight for his place. They told him no way. Ancelotti told him, you aren't going to play any role into my team. Comes back at Arsenal and is playing very well. So I really feel like Luka Jovic, this is another chance for him to come back and revive his career, because Arsenal can really give him that platform to revive his career. So guys, I just want you guys to go to the comment section. Tell me what you think about Aubameyang going to either Aubameyang going to either Juventus, Barcelona, Al Nassr or Newcastle, because they've made approaches on him. And lastly, tell me what you think about Frank Lampard going to be named as the manager of a team which goes by the names of Everton. That is the new manager. I go by the names of Rokani Media, Rokani David R. This smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories